This is how you can edit an epic YouTube video to keep your audience engaged from start to finish without them ever wanting to click off. I've been there where you post a video, dive into the analytics, and the audience retention is through the absolute floor. In the last 6 years, I've broken down hundreds of videos to improve their audience retention and edited for some of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, learning from their insane YouTube knowledge and gaining over 250 million views on their channels in the process. Editing videos with high audience retention is definitely not easy, but when you break it down, it can be simple and you can see incredible improvements almost instantly. It just takes a few tweaks in your edits. So today, I'm going to be breaking down how you can improve your videos by stopping people clicking off at every point throughout the video to improve your audience retention.
But first, quickly, what is audience retention and watch time?
Audience retention is a percentage of the video that someone has watched, and watch time is similar. This is literally just the minutes that a viewer has watched the video for. So say a video is 10 minutes long and someone has watched for 5 minutes, the audience retention is 50% and the watch time is 5 minutes. Short videos from 1 to 2 minutes are much easier to achieve high audience retention on, as you don't have to engage your viewer for as long, but will have less watch time. Long videos like podcasts will likely have more watch time because people can watch 20 minutes of the video, but it will probably suffer in audience retention, being a lower percentage. But what percentage is a good audience retention? For a fairly standard 10 to 20 minute video, a good audience retention to aim for is above 50%, and into those 60-70% regions is when you've got an absolute A-star quality YouTube video. The main reason that causes viewers to click off a video and ruin your audience retention is when viewers are no longer engaged or don't understand the content. But why is audience retention and watch time so important? YouTube absolutely loves it and basically uses it as a way to judge the quality of your YouTube video and whether it deserves to be pushed and recommended to more viewers. This is for two reasons. A high percentage of audience retention and watch time means YouTube can serve more ads to the viewer, and advertisers will pay more money to appear on those videos as the viewers are actively watching them and more likely to watch those ads that appear too. This is why ads on YouTube pay so much better than on TikTok or YouTube Short. But the second reason is YouTube wants its viewers to watch great videos and great content to improve their platform and come back again and again and watch the content. And if on average viewers are watching over 50% of that video, it's a sign that people love it and are not clicking off. But how do we achieve great audience retention? Before even starting the video, you need to be thinking about the audience of the video. Sounds quite obvious, but when I first started editing, I made this mistake and it held me back hugely. I would edit the video and think, what do I know? Do I find this video engaging? When most of the time I wasn't even the audience. So knowing who they are is so pivotal to making editing decisions. You can find so much out about your audience through how the video is packaged. It's broken down into your title and your thumbnail. Your title should be short and snappy. The shorter, the better. It should also promise rare or desirable knowledge and withhold crucial information to evoke curiosity, to get that click. Great thumbnails are simple and clear, even when being looked at really small on a phone. They should also feel cohesive with your title, whilst providing a new piece of information, sparking an extra thought or reason to click. Both your title and your thumbnail should link to your hook and your video's intro, which we'll get onto in just a second. But the main thing with the packaging is to concentrate on which audience is it attracting. Edit it as if you were them. Ali Abdaal's educational content has steady pacing and lots of smooth motion graphics to illustrate what he is saying. But you need to be thinking about your audience as one general person, but in 3 different ways. The die-hard fan. These viewers are the best viewers. They're going to watch every video. They fully know who you are and love your content and can't get enough of it. As long as your content continues to be entertaining and consistent, they'll always continue to watch, even if your videos aren't a 10 out of 10 banger every time. It's worth maybe dropping in a few Easter eggs for these people every now and then, but they are there for you and almost never click off the video. Next is the occasional viewer. These viewers watch the videos that sound interesting and they know of your channel, maybe even subscribe, but they aren't clicking unless it's a banger. They will give the video a chance, and as long as you can keep them interested, engaged, and keep the video fast paced, you can definitely get them to the end of a video. And finally is the new viewer. Now these guys are the hardest to engage, but are the ones who are going to send our videos viral. and grow your audience. They don't know who you are, don't care about you, and are more likely to not understand what is happening, so they are the most likely to click off. But they are the ones that we want to keep around as much as possible. It sounds a bit like a toxic relationship. You can actually track this in your analytics, who are the new viewers and who are the returning viewers. Next, we need to think about the start. So the start of the video, we know who the viewer is, what they know, and who they are, and why they clicked on the video. Now let's put together a killer intro. This is actually the most important part of the video for 3 huge reasons. It's statistically when most viewers click off of a YouTube video, viewers clicking off in the intro will affect your audience retention more than a viewer clicking off at the end. And finally, it doesn't matter if you have the best video ever created in human history, if your intro isn't engaging, creating curiosity gaps, and seen as worth the viewer's time, no one is going to watch further on. So you have to nail it. When watching a video, every viewer is thinking, is this video worth my time? And you need to convince them that it is as quickly as possible. How do we do this? To break it down to the absolute basics, your first sentence should relate to your title.
I somehow have unrestricted access to all the Great Pyramids of Egypt!
The opening shot should match or relate to your thumbnail, and next create a curiosity gap to make the viewer need to watch on. Then provide context so that 3 different viewers that we talked about earlier will understand and engage with it. This is in order to promise that the video will deliver on the title and the thumbnail. Reaffirming that the viewer isn't being clickbaited, creating open loops causes intrigue and curiosity gaps. It needs to be things that the viewer wants to know and they can only find out by watching on. But this also creates another problem. If the ending is the only part they are actually interested in, viewers could just skip to the end and that curiosity is answered. So we need to also entice them that the middle of the video is an engaging story and there are extra parts that are worth watching the video for. This is where you can use what I like to call the staircasing method. If you are trying the most expensive pizza in the world, build up by trying a £1 pizza, a £10 pizza, a £50 pizza, and the most expensive pizza is the payoff at the end. When editing these sections, keep them quick and try to relate them to the end goal. What are the expectations for it? To actually physically create this intro, we need to be showing and telling the viewer with a combination of real life footage, voiceover, and dialogue to camera. If you just tell the viewer, they might not believe you as there is no evidence to back up your claim. And if you are just showing, some viewers may not take this in fully and not understand why this video is worth their time watching. So the combination of the two will leave less viewers feeling like they need to click off the video. This should, however, be kept quick. After all, people are watching for the content towards the middle and end of the video. They aren't really watching for the intro. And also, you don't want to overwhelm people with too much information at the start. Keep it quick and simple, and then spread some of that extra great engaging content throughout the rest of the video. If you fail to hook your viewer, that all important click into your video will be wasted because they won't watch and or even see the middle part of the video. Next up is the middle. Now it's time for the main chunk of your story. You have to start delivering on your title and thumbnail. Basically, you have to do what you said you were going to do. And we want to try and avoid a slow downward graph of audience retention. The main way all big YouTubers achieve this is through story. There are hundreds of different storytelling techniques, one of the basics being setup conflict resolution. If you're interested in learning other techniques, make sure to check out my videos on Ryan Trahan's storytelling methods. But the key is, whilst the biggest story payoff will come at the end of the video, you need to not only progress your story within the main chunk of the video, but provide your viewers constant, smaller payoffs that are going to keep them engaged and think the video is worth watching. A tip that I have to get started with this is when you are selecting your video, highlight and color code the absolute best bits so that they stand out, and then when you come to edit them, you'll be able to see where the best bits of your video are positioned. If you have one area where there aren't many good bits, maybe think about rejigging it or cutting it or speeding it up so that viewers aren't going to get disengaged and click off. But these can't completely close off the story because there always needs to be further curiosity and reason to carry on watching. When one loop of curiosity is closed, there needs to be another already opening up. Another thing that every well-performing video has is character. Every great YouTuber portrays themselves as a particular way in their video. Make sure when you are editing, you are leaving enough of this in to get that character across, but not so much that it distracts from the main story of your video. Character is important, but not as important as story. The next step you need to think about when editing your video is pacing. Good pacing throughout your video will aid the clarity of your storytelling. Make sure you cut out any fluff clips that are boring or irrelevant or any excess content to keep a story tight. Cutting some fluff may be easy, but the challenge comes when you must learn to also murder your darlings. This term sounds slightly terrifying, but at first are the parts of your video that you may love or worked really hard on, but you discover once you've edited them, they simply don't serve the story or the viewer. So these sections also need to go. When it comes to keeping pacing snappy, L&J cuts are also really useful. They refer to slightly overlapping and underlapping one clip so that there are no pauses in the audio, seamlessly progressing one scene into another. This is done by so many YouTubers in vlogs. But something that is not often done enough in the middle of a video is asking viewers to like and subscribe, specifically after a super funny moment or engaging or useful piece of content. This is so powerful as the viewer is going to have a better feeling about you or in a better headspace because they've just seen your great content and are more likely to like and subscribe. However, if it's after a boring part or a flat bit, they're probably not as likely to subscribe. So if you fancy liking the video, subscribing, you know where it is. And now we're on to the end. This is where you need to give the viewer the biggest payoff and reveals here so that they feel satisfied by the video and they have got everything that they came to the video for. And they leave the video feeling uplifted and good. This will encourage people to share the video and subscribe and also come back to watch your content more often. In order to give this incredible, amazing moment, music is so important. It really drives home that emotion. I know searching for the right song can take forever, but it is worth it in the end. When looking for music, I always think, how does this make me feel, and see if it matches the emotion I want the viewer to feel during the part of the video. I know searching for the right song can take forever, but it is worth it in the end. The end is also where you should smoothly guide your viewer on to watch another video that is related to this one. The more relevant it is, the more likely they are to stay on and watch more content on your channel. For example, if you found this video helpful, I think you'd like the 9 editing secrets that Chris and D uses to go viral. See what I did there? They don't want to stick around and listen to a long, rambly outro, so make sure to keep it quick.